Some of y'all responses are really rooted in patriarchy and colonialism.
Fellas, we got another professional victim. This is really bad. So this woman posted a video on TikTok about how she's not going to get her own brother a wedding gift because, get this, he did not serve her vegan food at her wedding. Unfortunately, it seems like vegans are never beating the crazy allegations, bro. It's just a thing now. Now, the amount of entitlement in this video is insane. Posting it on TikTok thinking she's right is double insane, and posting a follow-up video doubling down on the situation after the backlash is just triple insane. So let's just jump into it.
I'm so curious about what you would do if you're invited to a wedding and you accept the invitation. They ask you what you want to eat because they know that you're vegan, or let's just like insert any other dietary restriction, right? They know that, and they're like, what do you want to eat? Because it's not going to be on the catered menu. You give them the simplest thing, Chinese food. You write it out. They're like, bet, I'll send it to the coordinator. And you're like, okay. Also, there are about 8 different spots near the church that you're getting married at where you can just get it from. They're like, no problem. I'll probably get it the day before and just heat it in the mic. I don't even have a problem with that. Cool. But that's not what happened, right? You get a call like 2 hours before the wedding, 2.5 hours, and the coordinator's like, so where do I get this from? Where do you order from? Ma'am, what are you talking about?
Okay, so she's mad that the coordinator is asking where to get her food. And she's mad that it's 2 hours before the wedding, but I don't know why she's mad about that, because, you know, food doesn't really take long to get. You order it, and if it's nearby, it just comes, right? And especially if it's for only one person over here, it's not like they forgot food for the entire wedding or anything. I think this coordinator just wanted to clarify where specifically you wanted it from, because they probably are not vegan, so they just wanted to be extra sure, you know, which place will qualify your standards, and just make sure, you know, you like the taste and enjoy the experience. But instead, you are having a meltdown as if instead of a food issue, this is somehow your wedding and they forgot to bring your family or some shit.
And so I'm like, any Chinese store, just Google it. They're all the same. It'll taste good, right? I don't even care if it doesn't taste good. Like, I just want something to eat. I want my child to have something to eat. And then they're like, okay, working on it. And then an hour before, they're like, how close are you to the church where, you know, the family members are getting married? And I'm like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They're like, okay, can you go pick up the food? I placed an order. Can you go pick? I will not. No, I will not. Why would I go do that? That doesn't even make sense to me.
So it doesn't make sense to you to pick up your own food to help the wedding coordinator manage an hour before the wedding? Really, bitch? If you're so particular about your food and you want it so bad, just get it, man. Like, why is it such a hassle for you? Like, it's not like it's an hour drive away and you're gonna miss the wedding. It's literally right there, just a couple minutes out of your way. They're just asking for a little small favor over here for your brother and close friend's wedding, by the way. And she leaves that out in this video, by the way, to make herself look good. But then in the follow-up video, she clarifies that this is actually her brother's wedding. So for some reason, she decides to make a huge fuss about this and post it online to expose this coordinator or the brother. I don't exactly know who she's mad about, but this is just so petty.
Like, I'm here to see some nuptials, not be your assistant. And they're like, well, you're not going to have anything to eat. And I'm like, okay, cool. I kind of expected this to happen because your track record with being a coordinator is like iffy. So my question is, what do you do in terms of a gift? Because I feel like the gift serves two different things, right? The gift is intended to help you cut costs, right? Like traditionally, like if I'm not getting you like something tangible, I'm just giving you cash. And I want to help cut the costs that you spent on these meals. Now, my meal is super cheap because it's Chinese food. It's like $20, $25, if that, right? But then the other side of the gift giving is like, it's intended to like celebrate you. You just said your nuptials and yay, you're married, go be great. But I feel some kind of way if I didn't get any return on my gift.
Okay, so that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about this person, because they expect a return on their own brother's wedding gift. Dear Lord, What kind of a horrible sibling are you, and a horrible friend to the bride as well, that just because you didn't get your $20 Chinese food, you don't want to give a gift at their wedding? That entitlement is insane. And honestly, if it's as cheap as you say, and it's so easy to get, there's like so many locations there, then why don't you get it yourself? It would just make everyone's lives 10 times easier, and you wouldn't have to make a TikTok exposing yourself pretty much. Can you guys imagine if your sister did this shit, bro? She would be like off the wedding list immediately. The first red flag is, you know, getting mad over some little food issue that you don't even want to pick up and fix the issue when you know that wedding coordinators are really busy and they got lots of shit to do. And accommodating a vegan whiny sister over here is not really on their top priority over here. So you can have at least a little understanding and try to help out. Second red flag is actually deciding not to give a gift because of this situation. That is obviously so petty, and you clearly want to make this day about yourself, and that is just sad.
Any return on my gift? Like, I didn't get food, period. Like, I didn't get food. So what do? Do you still give the gift? I don't know. I am asking other people, and they're like, oh, well, maybe you should. And then they're like, absolutely not. Because you did all this driving. I didn't mention that, like, I had drove like 5 hours to get to this wedding. So, like, I'm arriving an hour before it starts, straight off the road. Like, ugh. I don't know. I want feedback. I want feedback. Like, one, I'm a Virgo, and two, like, rigid, right? Like, I said I'm a Virgo. You get it.
No, actually, I don't get it. I do not get how being a Virgo is relevant at all, guys. I'm a Virgo, guys. That's why, actually, I get to ruin my brother's wedding by creating unnecessary drama on TikTok. How does it always line up, guys? There must be some law of the universe. Crazy vegan, crazy horoscope lady. I could have predicted this. It always adds up. 2 + 2 will always be 4. Unless you're a Virgo, of course, then it's a 7.5. But just imagine not getting your own brother a wedding gift because your lazy ass couldn't pick up some food right next to the wedding place. And, you know, she asked what I would do in this situation. So, you know, let me give my little take over here. First off, I'm not asking for vegan food. Okay, I'm not a vegan. But even if I was a vegan, maybe I probably wouldn't ask for vegan food. I'm just one of those guys who wants to save hassle from other people. And, you know, even if I'm like really adamant about my diet and shit, then I'll just gotta do it myself because I'm not trusting somebody else to, you know, make sure my diet is perfect or whatever the hell. So I'd bring my own lunchbox, okay, personally. Second off, I'd probably pick up the goddamn food if someone, you know, ordered it for me or whatever, because I know that they're swamped with tasks, you know, especially as a wedding coordinator. You know, it's called having a little bit of empathy, but, you know, you wouldn't really know anything about that. Third, I would probably continue to give them the gift I got them for their wedding. That is a really, really odd thing to walk that back over something this tiny. That is, I can't even fathom that. And fourth, lastly, most importantly, I would not post a TikTok about it because then I'm getting disowned by my family. Like, I don't have a sister, you know, IRL, but if I did, and she pulled out her TikTok at my wedding, bruh, she's getting sent to Mars, all right, to live with the aliens. Or option number 2, I would skip out on my own wedding. I would destroy the ceremony and, you know, spend my time making a response video to destroy her social media presence. Okay, no, I'm obviously kidding, but Jesus Christ, what a horrible sister, bro. Anyways, turns out she actually got a lot of backlash from this video, so here's some comments on it. Respectfully, I feel like you're bitter about your friend and her wedding and added to the story. Second, wedding packages are limited on food choices. Why didn't you grab something prior? Wait, you asked for Chinese takeout on someone's wedding day? That is the strangest thing I've ever heard. What? You weren't catered to on your non-wedding day? The world is just sick. Absolutely sick. And she somehow found the one person that agrees with her. No, I wouldn't give the gift. The wedding gift is supposed to cover the cost of having you and your accompaniment there, but there was nothing for you or your son. That's my feeling. I spent $400 to $500 to get there. That should suffice. I love the name as well. I'm not gonna be quiet podcast. This is not someone you want to have as a sister, bro. This just seems like trouble. This is crazy. The coordinator and the bride had 7,000 things going on those 2 days before the wedding, and they still try to accommodate you and work with you. Now, it turns out after this, she made another follow-up video trying to clear her name, okay? Because she got a lot of backlash in the comments there, and, people were calling her out. And she reveals in this next video that it was actually her brother's and her close friend's wedding. And she thought that that actually made it better for her. But obviously it makes it 10 times worse because now this is family you're talking about. And this is not a random person that you're TikToking about. It gets much more personal when it's family. And yeah, I don't know. Don't air these matters online. This is just uncalled for.
Okay, let me just offer an apology and some clarity. One, I feel like my question has really activated some untreated, unnamed, unhealed trauma in some of y'all because the way my comments are just blowing up with like all kinds of mess, it's a little funny.
Okay, nobody has unhealed trauma regarding this. Nobody, what? Nobody has ever been in this situation, okay? Because when the person asked, they probably just picked up the food, okay? Or they didn't get pissy about some vegan food over here. Why does every TikToker do this shit like, oh, it's tapping into your long-lost unhealed trauma? I feel like you're having a trauma response. No, bitch, it's just a regular response to a stupid situation.
But the second thing is maybe you need information because it's clear that some of y'all didn't watch the video to completion. The first thing is that the wedding that I attended was for my brother, right? My brother and like one of my best friends. He asked me, what are you going to eat? The caterer did not provide vegan options. So I try to just like make it real simple. I chose Chinese because there are Chinese like corner stores every 3 blocks, right? I Googled it. Everything around the church was like easily accessible. The next thing is that what I didn't share was that the coordinator was my sister.
So I wanted to leave at least one surprise in the video here. Turns out we got more than one family member over here. Turns out she was not only ruining her brother's marriage, but she was also annoying her sister as well. And, she says it like it's this massive gotcha, right, guys? It was my sister and brother, guys. That completely changes the entire situation. In fact, it does, but it makes it worse for you because now it shows that you're so much of a main character that you can't even stop your mauling for 1 day on your brother's special day, your brother's special wedding day over here, and you still gotta make it about yourself. You still gotta go online and post TikToks and talk shit about your family, and you can't even help out your sister, who's the wedding coordinator, just a little by picking up some food. I mean, I'm not big into weddings or anything like that, but pretty much everybody knows that wedding coordinators are infamously busy because, they gotta plan a million things, right? I don't know, I think she needs some Dr. Phil right now. She's got way too many issues.
Right? I've been vegan for the majority of my life. And my brother already knew, like, he didn't really have complete faith in my sister, like, coming through on everything. And she didn't. It was a fail. It was a lack of just consideration. I think the other thing is that there was just ambivalence about, whether my daughter and I ate if I wasn't willing to do the labor.
Doing the labor? Are you kidding me? Are you a construction worker? Are you going down in the sewers cleaning the rats here? What do you mean doing the labor? What are you even on about? She's trying to paint like the brother and sister as such bad people, like they're not feeding my child. Well, that was not their intention over here, okay? Here's just a wonderful thought over here. If you actually want to feed your child, maybe get the fucking food yourself, right? I mean, what a horrible mom. She's just like, yeah, if my sister isn't getting the food, then I guess we'll just starve. And then blaming that on them, right? Like, oh, you didn't get them the food, so I guess we'll just starve over here. And yes, they know that you're vegan and they're trying to accommodate you, but it's not like they didn't get your food over here. She literally just said that I placed the order, just go pick it up, and it's nearby. It's not like a 5-hour drive away or anything like that. The place, you were already at the wedding and the place was right next to it, so it was just a couple minutes and you turned it into a whole situation here.
And that's absurd to me because what I'm looking for is reciprocation, right? In any relationship I have, yeah, relationships are transactional. We can try and say that they're not, but indeed they are.
Oh my god, I've heard this so many times. This is such TikTok talk, man. These guys are literally brainwashed by social media. They are only transactional if your worldview is selfish and warped by social media. I don't think I have transactional relationships. We just gotta hang out and have fun. I'm not trying to extract value from people over here, okay? That's such a miserable, disgusting way to live. And if that's how you pick your friends, nobody wants to be your friend anyways, okay? Now, yes, there's like some merit about like, you know, hanging around people you admire, whatever, to improve and stuff like that. But, you know, making everything like transactional, like, well, actually, yesterday, my friend bought me one Chinese food. So therefore, 6 months in the future, I get to ask for one donut from them. Like, that's just brain dead logic. You do stuff for each other because you're friends, and you know you want to be nice or whatever. It's not you don't like keep tally of every single thing, otherwise you're just going to be miserable. And keep in mind, she's not even talking about friends, okay? She's talking about family here. This is brother and sister, and then one close friend, right? Actually, guys, I'm a Virgo, and my family doesn't actually bring me any value. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the logical decision, and I'm gonna choose TikTok likes over my own family. Dear God, they should have never invited you to the wedding. You are ungrateful and entitled.
So if I'm giving you the best, right, top tier, I expect that. And if you can't reciprocate, then we just have a new baseline of functioning, right? Like, the love is always there, but like, I'm going to give you what you give me, because it needs to be balanced. And you know, here's, you know, I don't want to get too deep, but like, some of y'all responses are really rooted in patriarchy and colonialism.
Oh, red alert! Red alert! Hit the bell, hit the siren. The programming has taken over, fellas. NPC has been spotted. Let's freaking go. We got vegan, check. Astrology, check. Patriarchy brought up for absolutely no reason. Completely unrelated to the situation. Check. Colonialism, that's a less common one. I don't hear that very often, but you know, check. It does fall in line with the rest of it. Congratulations, lady. I award you with the Victim Olympics gold medal. Congratulations. You are a professional loser that will amount to nothing in life. I mean, it's no wonder these people are complete failures who are trying to post on TikTok over here, because you have the worst mindset imaginable. The opposite of the growth mindset, you know? Instead of taking responsibility for your actions, you place it on others who have done nothing wrong, you know? Classic Virgo, am I right, guys? Classic Virgo.
These are really rooted in patriarchy and colonialism. So like, let's just maybe explore that, right? Like, I'm not the caretaker for my brother. I'm not the caretaker for anyone else. Asking me to do extra labor is absurd when I am a guest, indeed. Additionally, I think I didn't put this in the video, but I did respond in comments. I had already spent about $500, right? I drove 5 hours, spent $500, and that was my gift, my attendance.
Ain't no way she just said that, guy. Oh my lord. Your gift was your attendance? Yeah. The family should be so grateful that Mrs. Virgo has attended. I think, you know, they should be jailed, honestly, because they didn't roll out the red carpet for Miss Virgo here. We should all kiss the ground she walks on. Bruh, my gift was my attendance. What a narcissist. It's their wedding day. It's not your day. Snap back to reality. You're not special. Especially on this day. This is the one day where you're definitely not special. The only special person is the bride and the groom, okay? Please, for the love of God, stop making everything about yourself. And, you know, maybe you'll be a little bit happier.
Because although I arrived less than an hour early, I still had to get dressed. I literally drove directly to the wedding. 5 hours. I had to get dressed. I had to get my daughter dressed. Had to get our hair done. All of that. And so by the time I finished, I really only had about 20 minutes to spare. And there was no way I was just going to be driving around a city I'm not familiar with to find some food. And so it wasn't a big deal because I expected it. So we didn't stay for the reception. Right? We busted up, we took pictures, we had a good time, and then we dipped and got some food. And it was actually Thai. So, Just kidding.
What is that? Ah, yeah, yeah. Why do you insist on making a fool of yourself? Oh, yeah. What was the point of that face? Are you saying like, gotcha. Well, gotcha. It was actually my family, guys. I totally owned all of the comments over here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm about to die of cringe. Oh. Also, wow, you drove 5 whole hours. That must have been so hard for you. It's your brother's fucking wedding over here. I understand, like, if they live in another country and you gotta fly over there, maybe you have a job, maybe you have work responsibilities, maybe you have all of that. You can't just uproot your life to go attend a wedding or whatever. That's, excusable, understandable. But driving 5 hours and acting like you scaled the Himalayas over here, acting like you're Neil Armstrong, they probably didn't even want to invite you. They were obligated to invite you because you're a sister, I can almost certainly say that your entire family probably hates you in secret, and they're just like, putting up with you. And you were acting like you're God's gift to this earth over here, driving 5 hours to attend my wedding. My gift was my presence over here. Jesus, you need to learn some empathy, learn some manners, and stop being such a Virgo. Anyways, what an entitled brat. Brother, if you're watching this, ban her from all future events. She does not deserve to attend with this attitude, especially if she's filming it on TikTok and insulting your family online. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought. Have you had a similar situation before, and how did you handle it? Let me know in the comments. That's pretty much it. Bye bye.